Hello and welcome to Food with Life. I am your host Chapatti, and we're here for our second show with our special guest, Dr. John Bergman, who has found and created a wonderful clinic in Huntington Beach, California called Bergman Family Chiropractic. Welcome, Dr. Bergman.
Thank you so much for inviting me back.
You know, I wanted to ask you, from Grecian times, there's this famous food scientist, whatever expert, Hippocrates, and his wonderful saying, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food.
He also said when confronted with disease, first look to the spine.
Oh, really?
Brilliant.
Wonderful.
Brilliant.
Share his wisdom with us and your wisdom about food and thy medicine and the spine and interaction and all this.
Well, if people knew we have such a dynamic relationship with what we put in our bodies, we build 1 billion cells a day. And so anything that you put in is going to become you. This is one of the reasons that people would pray over their food to get that energy level up. And if you're going to make your body out of the most common calorie source in America, you're going to have the illness and sickness that America has. Most common calorie source is genetically modified high fructose corn syrup. That's not a food. It's never been tested on humans unless you look at the person sitting next to you.
Right.
And so food is essential because this is what becomes you. Your skin is brand new every 28 days. Your blood is brand new every 120 days. Your bones are constantly regenerating. And it does this through healthy metabolic processes.
Yeah, it's not just GMO corn syrup, it's all GMO foods, yes?
Yes. Well, they're typically soaked in glyphosates, and it doesn't even need to be GMO because now they're spraying this herbicide that actually has antibiotic properties on bread products. So this should scare someone named Chapatti.
When I was born, there was no such thing as GMO and just bread. We make bread all the time.
What did your grandparents call organic?
There was no such word.
Food.
Just eat what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a wonderful time, a good time. No such things, complications about this or that. Do I eat this? Do I just eat what's in front? And it was good.
Yeah, organic is worth it.
Yes, very much. So when we eat these days, and even if it's healthy, we get toxic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big thing these days to learn how and to do processes to detoxify the body. Can you suggest something here? What's your wisdom?
Yes. Allow the body to function correctly. And you have already systems in place that allow the body to detox the kidneys, the liver, the intestinal tract, the skin, the lungs. I mean, just breathing, you're eliminating carbon dioxide, which is an acid. Because now we have an autism epidemic, it's interesting, they did a great hair analysis comparing autistic children with children that are not expressing the autism. And the hair analysis showed extremely high levels of mercury in the kids without autism. And when you start to think about it, you think, well, wait a second, wouldn't that be the opposite? But they figure you're excreting it, you're getting rid of it through a hair.
Right. I can't tell you.
And I know. It's okay. God made some perfect heads, the others he covered. Okay, but when you look at this, if a body is taking in toxins and it has the ability to eliminate it, there's going to be no negative effect. But this is why we're seeing liver disorders in children now. I'm getting more and more children with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. I mean, serious bowel diseases.
Such a young age.
8, 10 years old. And they're coming to me from all around the world. And we've never seen anything like this. It's mainly coming from America because of the toxic assault we're giving to the kids today.
It's the food. These are not at all genetic diseases.
No, it's impossible to have a genetic disease because there's a difference between genetic and genetic expression. And it's like a law of biologic nature that you pass genes on that will make the species survive. Now, there is a genetic predisposition, but there's a total difference to having genetic and genetic expression. You are in control of your expression of your disease or your expression of health through balancing your physical, chemical, and emotional stress. And the food is one of the main chemical stressors.
Right, so and that's the root of what we're about. I mean, you know, it makes the nutrients and all this and whatever, and that's how we function. And naturally, we don't function nearly as well if we're eating horrific food versus organic. Yes.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that people are coming up with now. The bodies are responding in an inflammatory state to our environment. And now they have peanut-free days at baseball parks. It's like, my God, what is happening to our society that kids are so allergic now? Every school teacher has EpiPens in their drawer in case one of the kids goes into an anaphylactic shock. And we're training our children to respond environmentally with an inflammatory process, with inflammation.
I want to talk on this more. It's very important, very important. I am your host, Chapatti. We'll be right back with our special guest, Dr. John Bergman. Please stay with us. This is Food with Life.